But now, before we talk about the secret game, I think we mentioned something that we were talking how the last chance qualifiers teams, the two of them are on the top 3.
That's crazy.
It's crazy, and it brings up, I think, very interesting conversations. Number 1, is the path that we have to TI right now correct, and is it rewarding the right way to get to TI? Just by points, you know? Because if we believe that these teams are this strong, then shouldn't they have found a way to win enough tournaments to get there?
Yeah, I mean, there's an issue when people, I think, get to TI over their own regional qualifier, like, and that there's more than one slot. I would say, like, you can do one, but it might still be generosity because they never had to play internationally. So, at least if we're talking about the highest level of Dota in the world, I think, yeah, there's maybe some adjustments that could be made. That there has to be maybe another way for teams to get, like you're saying, get to TI, and that is without just having won your own region.
But then the second question is because the last chance qualifier and having that tournament before the tournament starts, that any team that would have come from this path will just have such enough momentum, you know, to carry it deep into the...
I think both are true. Yeah, probably an element, I mean, for sure an element of this.
Because remember, we spoke about it before TI, and let's say our predictions were that whoever made it out of last chance qualifiers will be very, very deep into TI.
Except for T1. No, I'm kidding.
Are we allowed? Is it too soon?
I just want to mess with Topia's kids. Like, I actually was the biggest supporter.
We lost to... we lost to VG also, so I cannot even take that. We lost to Secret though after bracket, so we lost to the best ones, right?
Yes.
Almost. Yes. Almost.
I think we can make a post, talk about how was your event and playing with T1 and with Anna and all that.
It was different experience. I feel like it's a very different environment than with OG. We had much more like inexperienced, and like I felt like, you know, it felt like there was not like strong leadership like what I'm used to, like with Johan and Sepp, and it's like, you know, I felt a bit like, you know, this is not good, you know, like I don't think this is what's gonna work for us. I don't think this is the right direction we're going with the team and stuff. So it was definitely a bit of a shock joining. Like I was expecting more of a, you know, more like stronger voice, like structure and all that kind of stuff. But it was a lot of fun still. Like playing with Anna, playing with Kuku, Whitemon, and Zephyr. They're all really fun dudes. Like really fun to hang out with and just play Dota. But you know, sadly, we just couldn't get good enough, I think.
You guys really had your own like stuff coming in, right? I think also in the LCQ, you're one of the only team, you know, rating Disruptor, for instance, that high.
Yeah, I think it's one of Whitemon's like signature heroes. Like he's really, really good with it.
But then I think he's one of the highest win rates also in the, like, it's one of the strong supports, right, in the tournament. And all the teams then caught up, but like kind of much later. And it felt like you guys had that figured out like pretty early.
Yeah, I think we had some good ideas, but we were still like quite limited on our heroes and our like ideas in a way. Like I think we had like, you know, few good ideas that we had that like could win us games, but then if those things didn't happen, we kind of were very like lost in the games after that.
Did you feel any, I was curious, like did you feel any pressure from the, not social medias, but you know, like kind of obviously the scene spoke a lot about T1, like more than other teams. Like did that pressure got in the team somehow? Like, you know, like, or you guys were able to completely block yourself from that and just like chill and play and try your best?
We didn't really talk about it. I don't know if it got into other people's heads, but I don't know. I felt good in the LCQ. I felt really confident, but maybe the qualifiers, like the first few series, was like kind of, you know, I haven't played competitive for a year, and then I was jumping to qualifiers. So it was a bit stressful for sure.
Yeah.
But LCQ, I felt good, but I just. Yeah, in the back of my head, I felt like a little bit like, you know, like maybe we're not good enough, you know, for this kind of tournament. Like,
I mean,
but did you feel there was any of this? Because we've gone through it together before. Like you play with players who haven't won TI, and then they play with TI winners, and then you start feeling like you're standing on a different floor than them, and you just want to be on the same floor with them. But for some reason, was this there?
Maybe a little bit. There was a like it's hard to like give out ideas like a little bit or discuss about things because they might think like, oh, okay, you have like this kind of idea, like okay, like they just don't
No
don't
challenge.
like yeah, there's like no challenge sometimes and like there's like no back and forth sometimes, like it's a bit more like, you know, I just want to have a conversation about like what do you think about this, and then it's like harder to have the
TOPSON
conversation.
said lizard man.
No, but like in the end, like I don't know, it was still a good experience, very different playing with them. They're young also, and I think they're, you know, great players for sure. I think just the region itself, like there's not that like strong, like there's not that many like strong leaders, and I think that's something they need to build on. And if they have that, I'm sure they will be a strong region also.